Hi Greg, welcome
Hello.
to Property Elevator.
Thank you.
Tell me firstly a little bit about you and your background.
Well, I came to from America
Yes.
to Wales in 1990 to stay for 12 months, and I ended up staying. I'm still here. I did a master's degree, and then I did a master's in business, and started working with companies around the world. And then I started doing properties. Did my first 4-bed, 1-bath conversion into 7-bed, 13 license.
Wow.
Got a commercial valuation, and then started from there and just kept going.
Well, best of luck. I know
you.
this means a lot to you. We're all rooting for you.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to chat to you when you get out and wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
You head up those
Okay.
stairs.
Hello, Angels. My name is
Hello.
Greg Howard. I'm originally from California, came over for 12 months to do a master's degree, and ended up staying. I'm here 33 years later. In 2014, I did my first property without any training whatsoever. Spent 6 weeks, 6 days a week, 6 guys. Converted a 4-bed, 1-bath into a 7-bed license for 13. Started working with the council, emergency housing, which was quite amazing. And then they got a bit rough on the house, so I started working on professionals. Now, turning to the deal, there's loads of charities in the UK that focus on vets. So I lost my son after he went to war in Ukraine, Afghanistan, Syria, and Iraq, and that's quite tough. And I promised myself I wasn't going to cry. And I did it myself downstairs and didn't shed a tear. But anyways, I'm quite passionate about helping vets now so that they can not be isolated and not be depressed and not have PTSD and not be homeless and not have financial problems. And so basically they struggle with all that mental stuff. So I thought that it would be really good to do something for the community while making a few quid. So that's why I'm here. So what we're going to do is my partner in South England, they bought the 5-bed, or the 8-bed, and now we're going to buy another one in North Wales, which is the one I showed you, which is a smashing building. I've seen the pictures. I mean, it's a stunning 1850 building, and this is just the beginning of something much, much bigger that I want to do. So this is phase 2 of our project. So with my HMO experience, I think it would be quite good to work with one of you on that. So it's a 12-bed HMO. It's got off-road parking and 3 flats, planning permission for 3 more flats. So I'm passionate about doing this while also making a few quid, hopefully with one or more of you. So just to summarize the phases, phase 1, 8-bed, south of England. Phase 2, 12-bed, North Wales. I planted a big seed about helping 183 person families or 500 individual vets, so that we can go nationwide, escalate with your connections with government and with your scalability. It would be nice to integrate them slowly back into the community and then make it a bit more permanent afterwards.
Okay. Greg, how much are you looking for from us today?
Today I'd like to buy the next phase, which is the 12-bed.
The 12-bed, and how much is that?
I'm glad you asked, because it's an off-market property with my accountant. He's offered to give me first refusal.
Great.
And he won't give me a price.
Well, what do you think it's going to be?
I think it'll be easily 400 to 450.
Okay, so it's 450, and what's the rental income at the moment?
So now they're getting around £70,000 a year.
Okay.
And I can easily raise that to 90, because that's how I do it.
Okay, right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Greg. Who would like to go first?
Can I ask about the lease? I'm really interested to know the leases you would get from the council, or is it the lease would come from the charity and there's funding from the government as well? So can you just explain where the tenants would come from in your model and how that's funded and what sort of length of lease you think you would be able to negotiate? In my view, the longer the better.
Yeah, absolutely.
So tell me a bit about that.
The
please.
charity has wrapped itself around these various vets, and they're moving into the house in the south. I've got loads of contacts with vets in the north, and we're still negotiating the final bit. There is a bit of a risk there because we're still negotiating it, but it's going to happen. They've promised 60K rent to take the house on completely.
This one here?
Yeah. And
okay.
you know, we'd be aiming for 4 or 5 year leases like I used to do with the council, which is quite handy.
Okay.
So the longer the better, I agree.
Can I ask, so you're buying an existing HMO with tenants in situ. Have you checked out the leases that they're on?
I'm
Because
doing
your
that on
intention is to relocate the current tenants to obviously occupy your charity. Is
Yeah.
that?
I'm meeting him on Friday. He's been very notoriously difficult to track down. So I've been away since Tuesday in London. So I've talked to them about the rent. I got all the rental figures detailed. So yeah, I'm looking at that on Friday.
And is the charity already involved in the North Wales property, or
Not
are they?
yet. Not yet. So that's
there's
a risk.
existing tenants in there, nothing to do with the charity.
Correct.
But your idea is to bring the charity in and
Yep.
replace those tenants with veterans.
Yeah, and or build more properties. That's where the big number comes in. So if we do 2 pilots, one in the south, one in north,
Yep.
and then we fill it up, we negotiate with the government, use maybe your links if you're keen. We get people in, and then we roll out much bigger. That's
And
where
is
the
there a
big.
particular charity you have in mind for the North Wales one?
Yeah, there's several. There's combat stress. We've interrogated around 20 or 30 charities. Some of them have seeing eye dogs. Some of them are interested. Some haven't got the funding. So we've got a list of 15 that we're phoning around to basically see.
And there's 1 or 2 that have shown interest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does anything need to be done to the property to bring it to whatever standard the vets charities need, ensuite bathrooms or whatever? I don't know.
Yeah, there's 3 flats, two beds and a 1 bed. There's planning permission for 3 more. And the outside looks a bit tired, but that's neither here nor there. The inside is all totally livable. It's so the I think I put £1,000 in my deal analysis spreadsheet. It's not a lot. It doesn't need a lot.
What's the exit for the investor? Is this a long-term proposition?
I think that we could do a bit of refurb possibly, and then get your money back fairly quickly. That's not a problem. I did a spreadsheet deal analysis showing 75% loan to value. We could refinance it, pay the investor back, because I think it's a really good cause. And I think if we can give back to society and make a few quid, what's wrong with that?
Scott.
So, I'm going to give you a bit of a balanced view, if I can. So, first of all, almost every good lender that I know of, the ESG will be at the heart at the moment of their business.
Yeah,
and ESG isn't just about environment; it's about social as well. And giving back to society is something that all good businesses want to do. And often it's something that all successful entrepreneurs want to do, self-made entrepreneurs want to do, because they feel that society has given them a lot. On the other hand, lending to charities can be incredibly challenging.
Yeah.
Okay, because one of the things that lenders always need to consider is the reputational risk to them and their business if something were to go wrong.
Or if somebody becomes homeless.
So one of the things that lenders do not want to do is to have to take possession of a property
Absolutely.
where there are vulnerable people in that property. So I'm just going to leave that with you, okay, as a major challenge for this and this opportunity to get funding. I would probably therefore suggest that despite all the ESG, and it's fantastic what you're trying to do, probably you're going to be successful tying up with local authorities who want to solve the issue rather than lenders.
Absolutely. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so it's time for offers, if there are any.
Yeah, please.
So let's. Who would like to start?
I'll go.
Yeah.
I really like the idea of this. A lot of my friends are veterans, and I know of a lot of people that have struggled as veterans, and I agree with everything that Scott said just there. It's nice to be able to give back, and I think this is a great way of doing that, whilst also potentially making some money at the same time, which, as I say, there's nothing wrong with that. I'd be interested in getting involved, so long as you can demonstrate to me that these charities are getting involved.
Yeah.
So far as I understand, we'd be buying the property, so the lender wouldn't be lending to the charity; they'd be lending to us, and we'd be letting the property to the charity.
Yeah, we can. Yeah. Absolutely.
Along the and I'd certainly be interested in doing more of them as well. I've got a site in north of Wales at the moment. Unfortunately,
yeah,
hasn't gone to plan. But I'd like to do one that does go to plan. In north of Wales.
Thank you.
So yeah, I'll give you whatever money you need. Will you contribute your 100,000? I'll give you the balance, or perhaps we could do a couple. And if we're pretty much putting in equal money, so I'd be willing to split it 50-50 down the middle with you and help you do all the things that you need to do. Or I'd be open to you know, partnering with another angel as well, if we could do more of this, you know, on a larger scale.
I like the idea of doing more, and I'd be happy to go in with you on that basis. That's the first one we roll.
Yep.
Wow.
There you go.
I'm really chuffed for that.
An early offers from Ranjan and Paul together. You're trying to team up, you two, a little bit. Aren't you, today?
Not working though, is it, John?
Well, not so far. We're not so far, but it's all up to Greg at the end of the day. Probably this is going to be. So, Hayley, you are an expert in this field,
Yes, so I hear.
and you used to live in North Wales.
I know bankers
I'm helping
pretty
you as
well.
much as I can here, Greg.
John, I appreciate it.
I understand. I mean, it's a great cause. I understand the vision. I want to be on board with that. I think it's a great thing to do. I love HMOs and it's right up my street. I'd be more on board if we were to actually do the conversions.
Yeah, I get
buy
that.
residential houses, convert them into licensed HMOs.
This is
That
already
would
in
be
there,
but he's buying an ongoing concern, so
Correct.
he's paying a premium price. I want to.
Ah, right.
I would rather buy the buildings, convert them into HMOs,
And then get the uplift from that.
get the tenants in with the contacts that you have, and then look at refinance, retain the asset. We're doing good, we're creating good quality accommodation, but we're recycling our capital because we're not paying the premium price because it's an existing HMO.
That's good, really good point.
Yeah, what's your offer?
My offer
Or
is
not.
we look for another property
Okay.
to do this
Happy to do
deal.
that.
Yeah, I'm
That'd be
happy
amazing.
to work
50-50
with you.
basis, or?
Yeah, 50-50.
I'd love that.
Okay.
Okay. Nicholas.
I think you're amazing. I think your story's great.
Oh,
I
thank
think
you.
your drive and ethics are fantastic. I'd absolutely love to work with you. I'm sure you'll probably get 5 offers today, and I hope you do. I'll offer the same 50-50. I think Hayley's also right. I don't think we should be buying end value HMOs. We should be converting them ourselves and making that extra.
Yeah.
Means we recycle more capital, do more deals. But I'd be happy to work with any of the other angels on this, 1, 2, 3 of them, because the
I
cause
think that's
is
a
so
great idea.
worthwhile.
I think any of us would be happy to work with more than just one other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
we could all partner up on doing this and really
And
go
there's
into it on a
enough to
larger
go
scale.
around.
And that
This
I
has never
thought-
happened before. We've never offered
All
to
partner together.
partner together.
And we've all been...
Well,
John
John
hasn't.
doesn't
Nice to each
share,
other.
but all 4 of us, I think, are open to
I'll
it.
tell you what. Talk about being. I haven't even made an offer yet. All right,
Go on then, John.
Greg might just want to
Stop
work
sitting
with
on
me
the
direct.
fence.
Now, let me tell you where I am. I don't really do HMOs. I love
Yes.
your cause. I think it's great. I've got 1 or 2 political contacts that I'm sure would be helpful
Yeah.
in terms of publicity, if nothing else, and bits and bobs. However, I actually think that these guys are far better qualified on this than I am. And you've got 4 great offers. So
Let's do
I
it.
think I'm going to say no to you today and wish you all the very best of luck. You've got 4 offers. You don't need a 5th, I don't think. So it's up to you to decide.
I think
what
it's a
you'd like.
no-brainer, isn't it?
What, sharing, all 4 people
All 4
sharing?
of us
Yes.
will work together, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be more than happy just for the principle of sharing. I mean,
Yep.
you know, it's the cause and we can do more. It's the doing more that I'm after.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
where we're going next.
Okay.
Well, you're being offered a substantial amount of resources. and
Serious
experience.
contacts. And it's fantastic. It was a dream.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And
Well
that's the
done.
first. That's the
It's the first time that's happened, yeah. Oh my God. Hey,
Oh,
nice to meet you.
congratulations.
Nice to meet you, man. Ranjan. Great to see you.
Well done. Well, amazing. What is it? Well, inspiring. What a lovely man.
Inspiring.
I mean, there's 5. I mean, what can go wrong with 5 of us? 4 of us is probably okay.
I think that's great. We've created our own little charitable cause there.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel good about this.
yeah, so do I.
It's like a property elevator partnership.
Without me.
Without John.
Great.
So that's the
well,
perfect
John just puts us
combination.
in touch with all his government
Yeah,
contacts.
yeah. We'll just
we'll be happy.
squeeze John.
John, you can be a resident.
Yeah. God help me. I tell you what, if things don't go well, I might have to be.
Greg,
Oh my God.
wow, I feel
Can you
like we
believe
need
it?
a hug. Absolutely
Stunning, amazing, isn't it?
Absolutely fantastic, yeah. And that is actually a property elevator first. There's never
it?
been 4 angels that have partnered up together before. So you've got Ranjan, Nicholas, Paul and Hayley on your team.
That
What a
alone,
team to have.
that alone is worth its weight in gold, isn't it?
Yeah, Yeah, how was the whole experience?
Oh,
for you?
fantastic. I did kind of lose it when I was talking about, my stepson, but basically I was playing on the social impact, make a few quid, do something for society.
Absolutely.
And I had a feeling they would grab that, but
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Well, you can totally see that your project comes from the heart and it means a lot to you, and that very much translated to the Angels. So huge congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I'm really excited to see how it all develops
Thank you very much.
progresses. But thanks so much for
And
coming
you,
on the
thank you so
show.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.